What if a single strike ignites an entire region? What if one decision in Washington triggers retaliation stretching from Tel Aviv to the Persian Gulf, from military bases to cyberspace? A new strategic analysis suggests that if the United States launches a direct military strike on Iran, the response may not be limited to one battlefield. It could unfold across multiple fronts, targeting both traditional military assets and critical civilian infrastructure. According to a recent assessment by the Alma Research and Education Center, even if Israel does not formally participate in a U.S.-led attack, Tehran may still consider Israel a primary target for retaliation. The report outlines a scenario in which ballistic missiles and armed drones are launched directly towards Israeli territory, regardless of Jerusalem's operational involvement. From Tehran's perspective, Israel could be viewed as an inseparable strategic partner of Washington, making it a symbolic and military target in the event of escalation. The potential targets inside Israel are deeply concerning. Military installations, air defense systems, air bases, and strategic command centers could be among the first objectives. But the threat does not stop at purely military assets. Major civilian infrastructure, including international airports, power stations, transportation hubs, and densely populated urban centers, could also be placed in the crosshairs. Analysts point to the 12-day confrontation in June last year as a precedent, when several high-value locations came under attack. Similar targets could once again face renewed danger if hostilities intensify. However, the conflict might not remain confined to direct state-to-state exchanges. Iran's regional allies could quickly enter the equation. In Yemen, the Houthis have previously demonstrated their capability to launch long-range missiles and drones beyond their borders. In Lebanon, the powerful armed group Hezbollah is widely viewed as Tehran's most formidable proxy. Many analysts believe Hezbollah could play a decisive role in any broader confrontation, potentially opening a northern front against Israel with rocket barrages or precision-guided munitions. Such a development would significantly widen the scale of the crisis. Beyond missiles and rockets, the report warns of covert operations and asymmetric tactics. Acts of sabotage, targeted attacks, or efforts to stir internal unrest could accompany conventional strikes. The direct military damage from such actions might be limited, but their psychological effect could be substantial. Generating fear, undermining public confidence, and creating the perception of instability could be key strategic objectives. Israeli or Jewish-linked sites abroad, including embassies, cultural centers, and even diplomatic families, might face elevated security risks if tensions spiral. The focus then shifts to American assets across the Middle East. U.S. military bases scattered throughout the region could become high-priority targets. Installations in Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates play a critical logistical role, supporting combat aircraft with fuel, maintenance, and operational coordination. Strategically speaking, these bases are central to Washington's military footprint in the region. Disrupting them, even temporarily, could complicate U.S. operations and send a powerful political message. In Iraq, American forces may face a particularly volatile environment. Local Shiite militias with close ties to Tehran could launch rocket or drone attacks against U.S. facilities. Such strikes would not only risk casualties, but could also ignite political pressure within Washington, intensifying debate over America's presence in the region. A limited military exchange could quickly transform into a domestic political crisis. The maritime domain is another flashpoint. The Persian Gulf and the Red Sea are vital arteries for global trade and energy supplies. U.S. naval vessels operating in these waters could face anti-ship missiles, explosive drones, or unconventional naval tactics. Even a single successful strike could disrupt shipping lanes and shake global markets. This means the conflict would not be restricted to land or air. It could spread across sea routes that underpin international commerce. Yet modern warfare is no longer defined solely by missiles and warships. Cyber operations represent a parallel battlefield. The analysis suggests that cyber attacks targeting power grids, financial systems, communication networks, and civilian infrastructure could form a critical component of Iran's response. The objective may extend beyond physical destruction. Undermining public trust, creating confusion, and spreading disinformation could be equally powerful tools. Digital campaigns designed to amplify internal divisions or project an image of instability in the United States could accompany technical cyber intrusions. Adding another layer of complexity are global powers, such as Russia and China. While they may avoid direct military involvement, the report suggests that support could emerge in cyber capabilities, intelligence sharing, or diplomatic backing. Even limited assistance in these domains could strengthen Tehran's strategic position and complicate Western responses. Taken together, the picture that emerges is one of multi-dimensional escalation. A single strike could set off retaliatory actions across multiple countries, domains, and methods of warfare. From missiles over major cities to rockets targeting desert bases, from naval maneuvers in narrow waterways to silent cyber intrusions into financial systems, the potential ripple effects are vast.
The Middle East already sits at a fragile geopolitical crossroads. If direct confrontation erupts between Washington and Tehran, the consequences may not remain contained. Instead, they could radiate outward, affecting allies, global trade routes, and even digital infrastructure far beyond the immediate battlefield. The real question may no longer be whether retaliation would occur, but how far and how fast the escalation could spread, and whether the region and the world is prepared for the shockwaves that might follow.